showtime.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Nita, your favorite diva, and I'm back for the final installment, the one that I'm most excited for, the best movies of 2021. Yay! I don't really like talking about movies that I don't like, but let me tell you, you're going to have a smile on the diva's face the whole time because the way these movies made me feel and the impact that it left on me. We had a good year. We had a good year. We deserved a good year in film due to the panorama of 2020. We came back with a vengeance for 2021. So, yes, without further ado, let's get to it. I'm going to start with my honorable mention, and my honorable mention is Coda. Coda came on um, Apple Plus TV. Shout out to Miss Parker. I hope you're watching, babe. Thank you for recommending the movie. The movie was phenomenal. I mean, tears, tears, and more tears. Just the family dynamic that we have here is it's a movie about a deaf family and the daughter. There's one daughter out of the family that is a hearing daughter, but everybody else, mother, father, and older brother, are deaf, and she is the only hearing person. And baby, I did not expect for that movie to grab me in the way that it did and twist me and turn me and take me somewhere else. And you know, I thought CODA stood for Care of Deaf Americans or something like that. So I thought that's what that was, but when I looked at it, it had a whole different meaning than what I thought it was. So there's that, and it ties into um some of the things that happen in the film. And I don't want to spoil it because a lot of people have not seen this. But if you have Apple TV, I definitely recommend a watch. So, starting at number 10 is dum 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 dun dun dun. No Time to Die. Yes, Daniel Craig's swan song installment for our generation's James Bond series. No Time to Die was a great movie. When I talked about this movie, when I watched my review earlier, I was smiling from ear to ear. I was talking for like 16 minutes, baby. It was just all coming up out of me. But Daniel Craig left it on the floor. I enjoyed the first black female 007, Lashana Lynch. She did a good job. I just wish we had a little bit more with her. As to Anna Diamas, she did excellent, and she was like the perfect Bond girl. Every scene she was in, she stole it. Scene stiller, yes. Loved everything about it. You know, Jeffrey Wright played in it. I mean, it's a host of people, and they understood the assignment and they did what needed to be done. So congratulations to Daniel Craig for another great installment in his uh, James Bond series. Coming in at number 9 is Judas and the Black Messiah. That came out early this year, I believe. I'm going to say early this year, or was it late last year? I don't know, but it's in, I believe it's in this year. I don't know. Don't quote me. We might have to do something else different. Anyway, it is telling the story of Black Panther leader Fred Hampton. It is starring Daniel Kaluuya, Lakeith Stansfield. Y'all keep y'all eye on Lakeith Stansfield, baby. He is about to take Black Hollywood by storm. And the incomparable Dominique Fishback, watch her career as well. She is fantastic in this movie. The movie had a lot of heart. It was shot well. The music was good. It was very gritty and visceral. I really dug everything, how they depicted everything was great. The only thing I didn't really care for was Daniel Kaluuya's accent. It was a little hefty, or it was a little like it was so much where I was like, what did he say? Child. Anyway. So Judas and the Black Messiah, number 9. Coming in at number 8 is ShangChi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Yes, Marvel, Marvel, Marvel girl. I'm a Marvel girl. Yes, 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 yes. Simu and Aquafina team up together in this new installment where we're introducing new characters to the MCU. You know, we're like in phase 4, getting ready to move into phase 5 after the Infinity Stone saga. So we have all these new properties to introduce, and unlike the Eternals, they didn't feel like they wouldn't fit. Like something about the Eternals, it just wasn't given. But Shang-Chi, I can actually see him in the MCU in some kind of capacity, and I'm excited to see it. I love his sister. Come on with the 10 Ring organization take over. Yes, I love this. Shout out to you, girl. Coming in at number 7 is Zack Snyder's Justice League. The 4-hour epic redoing, rehashing the bomb that Josh Whedon and Warner Brothers came up. He was able to, by the public's outcry, social media is like a gift and a curse, baby. If you want something done, you want your voice heard, you can get it heard, but sometimes everybody's voice don't need to be heard, child. Let me tell you. But the outcry and the hashtag and the support that they got for that film actually strong on Warner Brothers to come back to the table with Zack Snyder and get this project done. Gave him a hefty, I want to say 25,000, $25 million to do reshoots and complete the vision as he saw fit. Hey, I got hope. I got hope that because of that, that the hashtag recast T'Challa will do the same thing. Please, please, please. I sure hope so. It was an epic. It was an epic. Every decision that Warner Brothers made, when he undid it, it made the movie so much more better. It brought so much more context to the movie, and the payoff, baby, that third act, y'all, I could not believe it. Was a sight to behold. I could not believe what I was witnessing. Like, I was like, oh my God. It was amazing. It was amazing. They did a really good job. So shout out to Zack Snyder and to his wife. And yeah. Restore the Snyderverse. Hey. Don't forget hashtag T'Challa. Recast T'Challa. T'Challa. Coming in at number 6 is The Last Duel. Now, Sir Ridley Scott, he had 2 movies. House of Gucci and The Last Duel. Now, I thought that House of Gucci would be on this list with The Last Duel, but The Last Duel won with this. The movie is co-written by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. And you remember, they wrote Good Will Hunting years ago, and that was critically acclaimed as well, and winning some Oscar nominations. So I was excited. So this movie, I went in kind of blind. I didn't know exactly what I was going into. I just, when I kind of glimpsed at it, that type of movie, like a gladiator movie. But it was so much more. It was so much more. It was so much more on the dramatic end, while still keeping the action in there. keeping all that stuff that the guys love. We got that. We got it. But the drama, that is where it's at. The movie is about Jodie Comer character, the wife of Matt Damon. She lets her husband know because he goes off to war and she's home alone. And his friend or frenemy sexually assaulted her. And baby, the social commentary that was around that, I mean, parallels to this day, the Me Too movement, all of Believe Women, all of this stuff, it is just like this happened like hundreds and hundreds and centuries ago, like the 1600s or something, and we're still talking about it, babe. And not much has changed. What I will say is that I love Ridley Scott's choice in using the Rashomon storytelling, where you're showing the story from different POVs. And so in this storytelling, we actually got Matt Damon, Jodie Comer, and Adam Driver's POV of the events that happen. Trigger warning for you ladies that may have dealt with SA in the past. The scene is repeated twice and it is extremely long and uncomfortable. So I don't know, maybe you might want to close your ears or something like that, or maybe, I don't want you to walk out, because if you walk out, then it's possible you might miss something that happens afterwards. But trigger warning nonetheless. And of course, I am sorry if that has happened to you as well. But it was a really, really good, one of the most important movies of 2021. That movie should not have flopped, but I believe it was probably due to the nature, the subject matter at hand. And a lot of times people don't like to have a mirror shown to them with their with flaws and things that could have happened, or things that you mistook, or you failed to get consent. It was heavy, but it was a good movie. It was a good movie. Coming in at number 5 is King Richard. Yes, we are in the top 5, you guys. And if you don't know by now, the way I pick my movies is the way it makes me feel, like the way it stirs my emotions. And that's why a lot of times we always try to tell people that film and art is subjective, because you're looking at it through your experience and your perspective. And so that's why a lot of people can look at one thing and get different interpretations out of things. So that's why I always strictly say this is my list. It's not the list. It's not the right list. You have your list as well. Get down in the comments, okay? So King Richard, Will Smith, Anjanae Ellis, Sanaya Sidney, Demi Singleton, and John Barenthal. This is an ensemble cast. At the heart, we have the Venus and Serena Williams sisters. However, at the nucleus, we have the mother and the father, and who they wanted to, give credit to was the father, King Richard. And so there you have it. We have a movie. The movie was so heartwarming. It was so uplifting. It was so inspiring. It just caused so many emotions to go through, my mind, my head, everything. It was such a touching story. It wasn't a dry eye in the theater, I'm telling you. And it wasn't like sad tears. It was tears of joy, tears of just a crowd pleasing type of movie. It was excellent. Not just Will Smith, but Anjanae Ellis as well. Coming in at number 4 is Dune. Denis Villeneuve churns out a wonderful, I want to call it a masterpiece. I don't know what nobody else want to call it, but a sci-fi epic. Okay, we can go with that. I don't know if people want to put masterpiece on it just yet because it's not a complete story. However, it was good. It was good. So we have Timothy Chalamet, we got Zendaya, Oscar Isaac, Rebecca Ferguson. You could never go wrong with Rebecca Ferguson. I ain't never seen a bad performance from her. Kind of tells this story. This story has a lore and a history of, like, I don't know, like this vast lore and book series that's telling this story. And the fact that Denis was able to craft something to put on screen, because sometimes when those books are so complicated, it's hard to put it to screen. And the fact that he was able to do that and to construct something that was very, sci-fi, epic, and mystery and intrigue and betrayal, it was like Game of Thrones meets Star Wars. So it was kind of given that, like, it was given. The movie gave what it needed to give. It was really, really good. The visuals, that's what he's known for. The visuals, baby. Hans Zimmer with the score. Oh my God. Hans Zimmer, he was in his bag. No Time to Die. And okay. That movie was good. Timothy Chalamet did an excellent job. Zendaya wasn't in it as much. I think she's going to play a bigger part in part 2, but really, Rebecca Ferguson was a standout for me. Jason Momoa, he was a standout for me as well. Timothy Chalamet, I look forward to seeing what you're going to do in part 2, and I cannot wait. Coming in at number 3 is A Quiet Place 2. Yes, John Krasinski. Yes, you heard me right. John Krasinski from The Office. His directorial debut was the first Quiet Place, and that was a fantastic. I know it was like in my top 3 in 2019. And not to be undone, here we are again. Emily Blunt, John Krasinski, Millicent Simmons, and Cillian Murphy. Yes, they round out the ensemble who stepped in their journey, and it picks up like right where it stops off in the first one. We have kind of like a flashback, and then it kind of takes us to bam, where we at. This movie was fantastic, and this was another one of those. And this one, like the first one, you was quiet through the whole movie, but this one wasn't like that. So you're living life because they do this nice flashback, and it wasn't a small flashback. It was very, very very, very detailed, and you're hearing all this noise and all this stuff, and the next thing you know, you realize you need to shut the up. Okay, so you had a little bit of both. You had the quiet place in there, and then you also had a little bit of all of the bombastic before everything happened, before the world turned into this dystopian world that they know it and live through it now. The emotional beats were fantastic. I mean, gut wrenching. So yeah, it was some things that was happening. I was like, it was tense. I was on the edge of my seat. The visuals was good, the practical effects, the everything, the sound mixing, the sound design, how when you have to be quiet, you can hear every little thing, and the sounds of the monsters and stuff like that. This movie was an experience in the theater, and so yes, that is why it is my number 3. Now we have coming up with number 2 is Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, baby, Number one and number two, they could be interchangeable. They can be interchangeable. I wouldn't argue with nobody if they said that it needed to be something else. Hey, it is what it is. But Spider-Man No Way Home, although it started out a little messy, and let me explain about a little messy. I'm going to do a spoiler review, so you make sure you come back to the channel and check out my spoiler review. I wonder if I want to do a live or premiere. It'll probably be a premiere. You know, the diva loves to edit. You know, I'm I need to get more into live, but it might be a premiere. So make sure you come back if you've seen Spider-Man No Way Home. Don't let people spoil it for you. Baby, this movie didn't hit the $1 billion club. So I don't know who hasn't seen it, but if you need to see it, you need to go ahead and check it out. Get you a matinee, wear your mask. But all of the cameos, I'm not going to spoil it here because this is just like a general video. All of the cameos, everything was so nicely set up and paid off, and the fan service that was done right. There was one instance where it wasn't done right early on in the, like I said, the first act is very choppy, it's very messy. I'll get into it in my spoiler review, so you make sure you get back and let me know. But when we hit our stride, when we get into act 2 and act 3, baby, it just all comes together just like that. It comes together. It comes together. What they say about Marvel films, it's all connected, right? Oh my God. It was so, I mean, the visceral cheers and the roars and the clapping and the screaming and the communal theater experience is what really like heightened the movie for me. And when I saw it the second time, I was like, wow, this is really good. I picked up on a whole lot of stuff because, like I said, it was a lot of roaring and cheering and stuff. So the first time there were some things that I didn't even pick up. So I'm glad I was able to see it again and get some clarity and pick up on some things that I didn't see. And it just made me feel so darn good that they got it right. They got it right. You know, like I said, I feel like the beginning, and that's in the trailers, y'all. It's no spoilers. It's in the trailers what Doctor Strange does. And it's messy. It just felt like they just needed somehow, some way to get to this point where the rest of the story was well thought out. But this part was just kind of lazy. So there's that. As also too, Tom Holland left it on the floor. See, most people think that the first part is kind of like, you know, his origin story. However, what Marvel ended up doing, they progressed and showed his origin story over the arcs of all of the movies, not just his trilogy, but the things that he went through in the other Avenger movies as well. But he did not become Spider-Man, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, until this particular installment. So it was very nice to see. Well, not nice because it was, child, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. But it's something that you resonate with. It's something that felt familiar but fresh and new. The twists and the turns and the just every emotion imaginable. Baby, I tell you, my mask was soaked. I was like, I need to start bringing extra masks with me so I can just like wipe my face and put on another mask. I had a soaking wet mask. Anyway, if you haven't checked out Spider-Man No Way Home, make sure you check that out because it was a damn good time. Number one, drum roll, please. The harder they fall. Did y'all think I was going to say that? Did y'all think the diva was going to say The Harder They Fall was her number one top pick of best movies of 2021? Yes, baby, we have Idris Elba, Lakeith Stanfield, Regina King, Jonathan Majors, Zazie Beetz, among many, many others. Delroy Lindo. Man, when I tell you that cast was stacked, and let me tell you the main reason why I like this movie. This movie hits my top 10 is because somebody in Hollywood had the balls to do it. The balls to do what needed to be done. Unlike you remember in my disappointing, I said that I was disappointed in Nate Parker in American Skin, how the movie was all good, all to the good, and then you take it and you do exactly what a white person would have done in this particular movie. Same thing with Queen and Slim. But no, Mr. James Samuel, y'all know he's Seal's brother, right? So yes, he is Seal's brother, and this is his directorial debut. He works with Jay-Z. He is well connected, and baby, he did what needed to be done. I mean, he even did the music, you guys. The music. Not only do I like westerns, yes. Not only do I like Quentin Tarantino, yes, all of that. But the music was slamming. The acting was great. The only thing I didn't care for was those accents. They was just kind of shoddy or something. Like something was like it was a little off. However, the story was strong. The twists and turns was strong. The resolution, the ending was great. It was fantastic. It is a movie, even though it's long, I've watched it multiple times and gotten my life every time I've watched it. That train car scene, everything. I loved it. You saw it in the trailer, loved it. So yes, you guys, that concludes my list of top 10 movies of 2021. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I was entertaining enough for you to stay to the end. Make sure you put your top 10 or top whatever in the comments below. And if there's nothing else, I'm Nita, your favorite diva. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And make sure you come back. Bye. Also, too, I just want to wish you a happy new year.